Let's show you what's going on. And we start with a look outside, and it's, well, earlier this afternoon it was great. Now, we are seeing an increase in clouds, and we do have a shot at showers tonight. Now, it's going to be a little different, I suppose, what you would normally expect. It's not that we couldn't see a shower this afternoon early this evening. We definitely could. And you can see some of the storms starting to bubble up out there as well. But our best chance, I think, is going to come late tonight into early tomorrow morning, and then we'll really ramp things up later on in the work week. Here's a look at Cloudcroft, where they're already getting wet. Here's a look at a few rounds of storms coming on through this area in the Sacramento Mountains. It's going to get pretty wet here over the next 3 to 4 days, but the area really of biggest concern is going to end up being southwestern New Mexico, where we could see 3, 4, 5 inches of rain total by the time we're all said and done here. Flash flood watches are in effect across the southwest over the next couple of days, and for very good reason. The Weather Service down in Santa Teresa, New Mexico, is looking at the possibility of some significant rain here, because once we get Odile going here, and we're already starting to push up some moisture, once the actual remnants of this thing come through on Thursday and Friday, it's really going to lead to more rain. And really, this area of the state is already seeing some showers, and it's only going to ramp up from here. So we are talking about an issue here, but not only across the southwestern portion of the state, really statewide here, there is some concern. Here's a look at what's going on with the showers especially south and east. You can see some of that moisture starting to push its way on in here in the form of some showers. Don't be surprised we get a little wet here in the metro for a while, and then we get some more storms going here a little later on as well around Edgewood, where they got very wet yesterday. Possibility continues for more storms there around Bernalillo, grabbing some showers up through Santa Fe. So it's going to get active here for the next few hours, and then maybe later on tonight as well. Scattered storms across the northern mountains. Southwest Colorado, things are a little quieter there. We had some showers earlier across the Sacramento Mountains. Again, you saw the Cloudcroft shot. That was pretty wet, and then out into west central sections getting some storms as well. But you can already see some of that moisture coming off the tropical system to the south. So it's going to be an interesting go here. We've also got a cold front coming into the northeast. So all of this is going to mean an active night tonight, and then we crank it up even more later on in the week. 85 degrees in the metro. West winds 10 to 20. By the way, we'll shift those west winds out of the east once we punch the cold front through later on. Across the northeast, temperatures cooling in Clayton. We're going to start seeing that cool air filter its way on in. Meanwhile, looking at what's going on, you can see some of the blow off from the hurricane already starting to come up here into southern portions of the state. So we're only going to ramp up the depth of the moisture over the next couple of days. So scattered storms throughout the night tonight, fairly active. And then tomorrow, going to be one of those days where we'll favor the south for most of the storms. No doubt about that. And then as we get into Wednesday, southwest, we're still going to see soaking rains as a possibility down here, and into the metro area. We'll start to get our chance at showers, but really Thursday is the day if we're going to see heavy rain in the metro. That's going to be our best shot, no doubt about it. But it's going to be a very interesting go here. Now, across southern Colorado, we're talking isolated storms for tomorrow. Not as much action across the four corners either in general. 85 Farmington, 80 in Gallup. But here's where the concern lies. For those of you guys in the southwest, this is really going to be a big deal, because I think the next 3 to 4 days are going to be very, very wet, and we could easily see 4 or 5 inches of rain in spots across southwestern New Mexico, and maybe even more than that. Southeast, you guys were soaked last week. You're going to get soaked again this week as well. Maybe not quite as much as the southwest, but it's going to be a concern. 70s and 80s across the northeast. Partly sunny tomorrow with scattered storms. The chance of showers stays high through the week. Northern mountains, same deal here. We're going to stay active for storms. The flooding threat here I don't think is as high, but it still looks good for getting more showers. 77 Cedar Crest, 78 in Tajaras. Partly sunny, scattered storms. And finally here in the metro, tonight scattered storms. And tomorrow we'll have the chance at getting some as well. But really, I think our real bullseye time is the next few hours, and then from about midnight till about 6 a.m. and then crank up the storms again later this week.
Okay. Thank you, Mark.